Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we made our way to Dalet, or Dale, however you pronounce this place. And do not talk to that soldier, or that one, or Cypher. The game makes you do that one automatically. Don't talk to this guy either. These are the Dalet soldiers. Dispatched by Garden, huh? They've entered the communication tower. Always been a nesting ground for monsters. I haven't seen any, and I've been grinding for about 25 minutes. That's about as long as it took me. Then I left the game on while I went and did a bunch of other things, and well, there you go. Yeah, so this is a breeding place for monsters. If you want to run into monsters, such as this guy, and you can run into groups of 2 of these guys. We do miss out on a line of dialogue here. Normally, Cypher will tell you to save the last hit for him. And the reason that's important is because it gives you a brief tutorial. Whoever kills the enemy and delivers the killing blow will get more experience than anyone else. Now, that's not particularly important. And by the way, if you kill the enemy with a GF, the GF gains that extra little bit. I think it's like 15, 10%, something like that. It's not huge, but for the most part, we're trying not to level up our other characters there. So Cypher's just going to get all the experience anyway, so that's fine. There's one other enemy that you can fight around here. More fun for us. Please! I can just imagine, like, him being like a complete doofus and using a doofy voice. There is one other enemy you can encounter around here. I'm going to try and find him real quick before we move on. We're going to see him pretty much everywhere throughout most of the game. Can I get the battle, please? Okay, fine. We'll move on to the next screen then. Maybe we'll find it up here. And I forgot to start my timer at the beginning of this episode. That's fun, and my phone's doing weird things. Okay, the timer is starting now. This is what happens when you run into both of them. Basically, hit your limit. If you only have one character alive, you're really going to want to do that because these guys have quite a bit of HP and they do take a little while to kill. Now, technically, you gain more experience here if you wanted to do the grinding that I did here. But I was grinding more for AP than I was for experience. I only needed enough experience to get my GFs to level 10. Beyond that, I don't really care. So just kind of be aware that if you try and do any grinding against these guys, you'll get more experience. And, well, we don't really need more experience. In fact, the additional experience doesn't really help us out. I missed the trigger. But yeah, as you can see, these Anacondars are relatively powerful, so kind of be prepared to survive against them, and try not to go into battle with only 300 health. It's not going to help matters. But yeah, look at all that experience. It's huge. And they also give a lot of AP, but because you gain so many levels, you'll end up being much higher level than I am. And even though I don't, like, I'm giving Cypher the extra levels, I don't want to give him too many extra levels. What was I doing? I was healing. That's what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. There we go. So we heal him. We check our GFs real quick. And we're going to make a quick switch. And I'm going to explain the choices that I've made here. Oops, no. That one. And almost. If we don't see the other enemy I was talking about in this battle, then well, there it is. I was like, don't worry about it. We'll find him before long. Alright, it's dead. The Gizzard is one of the most basic enemies in the game. As you can see, and as I said in the last episode, Cypher gets his limit break a lot easier than many other characters. He has, I don't know, like 80% of his max HP, and he's still able to get his limit. And I learned the last thing that I really need him to learn. So for now, we'll put you on that one. Just because I don't really care. Now, before entering the screen, make sure you've done all the grinding that you want to do. I've gone back and saved recently, so I'm pretty much good to go, and if I need to go back, I can go back. Boosters? What are you guys doing? Exchange process. I have no idea. They're doing repairs? You invaded a town to do repairs. I have a feeling that I'm not getting everything that's going on here. Not particularly. Squall doesn't even know. Try not to think about it. Probably better. Fear nothing. Make it out of the battle alive, one step closer to fulfilling your dream. Dream? Don't know what you're talking about. Zell, are you feeling left out? You missed. Yeah, Zell doesn't guard his emotions particularly well. Swatting flies. Such a great line. Oh, I love Cypher. He's such a fun character. Huh? What's going on? Hello? What have we here? That's gotta hurt the kneecaps. And you're a ditz. Okay then. Hello. Where did you jump down from? You're close to the edge. Whatever. Squad B. Oh, so we know you. We showed you around earlier. You don't get so lost anymore. You showed you around earlier this morning. You've already mastered the garden. It's not too complicated, but good for you, I guess. I haven't told you my name. And this, of course, goes back to one of my hints for those of you who haven't played the game. Her name is Selfie. Selfie used to be, you know, just a name. Now, everyone takes selfies. Squad's Captain Cypher. Where is he? That would be him. I don't want to hear this from my rival. I really, really don't, to be quite honest. Oh? What's... Whoa! You do realize that's a cliff, right? There is a shortcut. If you follow Selfie, you can. You'll lose points, but you can. We don't want to do that. We would much rather walk around. Now, you might be worried about this particular stretch because, well, Cypher left us. Yeah. Please actually run away. Thank you. Now, one thing of note, and I could have taken care of those enemies if I really wanted to, but I'm not all that worried about it. We'll heal up here. I probably should have done that instead, but we do have items. We have a Phoenix down. We can just heal them up all nice and good there. You don't really want to run away in combat because you'll lose points, but because of what I have planned, that's not really going to make a difference. Would have been quicker if you jumped. Zell and your pleases. You wouldn't normally jump off a cliff. No, probably not, unless there was a pool down below. If I remember correctly, this leads to the funnier outcome. Anyone but the chicken wuss can make it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Selfie has no idea what's going on, but oh, I guess he's the chicken wuss. And you're not a chicken. No, not really. She's just meeting this guy now, and all of a sudden he's a pig. Awesome. Everyone's gonna beat up on Zell. Don't take it so personally. It's not a big deal. Has everyone equipped a GF? No, we haven't forgotten. But do note that now that Cypher is gone, all of the magic that he had, or Cypher had, has been automatically transferred over to Selfie. But we do have to re-equip her GF here. And I'm actually going to switch up my GFs here. Pretty much right away anyway. For now, we'll just leave well enough alone. I need to go into the save point first. But let's go through a little more scene here first. This is the communications tower. I can speak. It's pretty big. Run away! Yeah, you really don't want to run into that one battle I did with characters at 1 HP. That's normally I just don't even worry about it because it's so rare that you'll get an encounter on that screen. But when you do, it really screws you up if you forgot to heal. Oh, he must have gone up. Alright, so I'm going to save and I'm going to reset up a whole bunch of stuff, and then we'll come back and we'll learn how to refine magic. Okay, we're back, and I've switched my junctions around a little bit. We're going to be putting spells in place to increase our stats momentarily, but for now, Shiva has gone over to Zell. Squall has the Ifrit ability, or the Ifrit summon, and he has strength plus 20 on there. And over here we have Quetzalcoatl over on Selfie, and the ability card on there, though that's not particularly important. That's just a general rule I like to have. Most importantly is that everybody has the magic command, and yeah, that's pretty much all for that. Now, let's show off which abilities in particular that I made sure to learn before we came here. Quetzalcoatl. First thing we learned at the start of the game was card. Then we worked on Thunder Refine, and now in the little bit of training I did in between episodes, we worked on Card Mod, and then we put approximately 10 points, and by approximately I mean at least 10 points, preferably not too much. You only need about 10 into Magic plus 20. If you have anything else to fill extra time with, mid-magic RF sucks, but it's something. I wouldn't worry about Vitality or HP. I have plans for those. Over here, first thing we worked on here was Strength. I think we worked on Ice Magic Refine first. Then we worked on Strength, got the Strength Junction, and let's see, I think we also worked on Vitality Junction was the next one. And then I put approximately 10 points again into Vitality plus 20 and Spirit plus 20. Over here, most importantly, we already started with the Strength Junction, which was great, and we worked on mastering Strength plus 20. After that, Strength plus 40 opens up. Now, there are some abilities that have a prerequisite, require you to master something or complete it in order for the next one to appear. That's the case with Strength plus 20. Once we complete that, Strength plus 40 appears. So I specifically put 20 points into that one. And then I learned Fire Mag Refine and Ammo Refine. Those are the important ones. The other thing about doing the little bit of grinding I did is I got all of my summons to over level 10. And that's important because Doom doesn't appear until level 10, which isn't particularly important. And I believe Mad Rush is another one, but Ammo Refine appears at level 10. So we need these. It's one of the ones I had planned on learning at this point, so that's good. Now, we can go into the ability command and you'll see we have new things here. And what we can do is we can refine items, as I showed before, into magic spells. And so we did that before with our fish fins so that we could get water so that Cypher could handle everything by himself without too much trouble. Well, we can also change cards using the card mod ability. Now, I could just refine every single card we have, and eventually I'll do just that. Not all of them, but we want to refine some specific ones that I actually need right off the bat. The Blitz cards, they turn into Dynamo Stones. I'm going to refine those. And let's see here, the important one is the Abyss Worm. They turn into Windmills. We need 10 of these because, well, you'll see in a moment. The other thing that I definitely want, or I don't need this one, but it would be nice to have, is at least 5 of the Snowline cards to get North Winds. I have 10 of them, so we'll just refine all 10 of them. That's fine. Beyond that, we don't need a lot of other stuff that I think they have there, so we're just going to back on out. Now, refine lightning and wind magic. Anyone who's played this game knows exactly what I'm doing. Thundagas. We're going to give those to Selfie. Not surprisingly, we're actually going to cast these. Windmills turn into tornadoes. Tornado is like 75% through the game level powerful spell, and it's going to break the game. We're going to give 5 of those, or 100 of those to Squall, and we're going to give the other ones to Selfie. Zell, you don't really matter right now. Over here, we're going to do North Winds, and we're going to give 5 of those, or 100 Blizzaga spells, to Squall, and I don't know, the other ones don't matter. We'll give them to Zell because Zell doesn't have anything right now. The other thing, while I'm in here actually, that I could do, where are you, is if you happen to pick up any of these guys, the fast, they're a better version of the Fastion F thing that we were fighting before. So we can basically refine all those ones, and we'll get water crystals for those. And the advantage of water crystals, where'd you go? Where did you go? I'm right on it. So we'll just refine all those, we'll get water crystals. The advantage of water crystals is with a fish fin, we get 20 waters. A water crystal, we get 50. So we're just going to max those out on the 3 characters that we have. Now we have some incredibly powerful magic spells to work with. Let's take a quick look here at our strength stat. With the blizzards we have, we can get a little more strength. With the water spells, we basically double it. Blizzaga is a 3rd level spell, and Tornado is even beyond that. It's one of the best spells in the game. This gives us a lot of strength, which we're going to need. The next thing we can do, if you happen to get more Blitz cards, you could give some Thunder spells to him too. It doesn't, or some Thundaga spells to him. It doesn't really matter for the way I have things planned, but to each their own. And let's see here, magic for you. We're just going to throw something on there. It doesn't particularly matter what. And sure, we'll give you more defense. And sure, we'll throw that on there because it doesn't really matter. And then Selfie, she's going to get the Tornado treatment on her magic stat. Now, Tornado is good for a number of different stats. It's really good for strength and magic, at least at this point in the game. So we want to give that to you. Now that we've done that, we've basically increased our stats massively compared to where they would be by default. So let's go and kind of prepare ourselves for this. I want to rearrange our magic, and you can do it manually or you can do it with any of these. I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to manually... No. Damn, stop doing that. I'm going to manually put Thundaga at the top because I plan on casting that coming up. So now that we've got that all kind of organized, we should probably save again. But before doing that, I've mentioned before that battles suck. We might see the one new enemy I haven't shown off so far, which would be this guy. Perfect. This guy is just another soldier. He's just a little more powerful. I think he's a commander, or he's an elite soldier. You can draw basic level elemental spells and the scan spell, or basic level elemental spells and the cure spell, if you think you need them. In fact, let's grab a couple extra cure spells while we're here. Now, the higher your magic stat, the more you should be able to draw. So Selfie, when she draws, is going to usually draw 9 spells right now, because her magic stat is way overpowered from what you would normally expect at this point in the game. Now that we've got some of those, we can finish off some of these enemies. So yeah, as you can see, Squall's damage has kind of skyrocketed a little bit here, and Zell's is also decent. We don't need tornadoes for him quite yet, so don't worry about that. We'll have other chances of getting them later on. So we finished off that fight, showed off the last of the new enemies. I didn't really want to gain that much experience, but that's fine, whatever. Not worried about it. Get a little more AP, things gain another level. We found a blind draw point. Now, if you're really worried about this, save before doing this draw. But I got more than enough, so I'm not going to complain. You want to choose whichever character you have that has the highest magic stat and draw blinds out of there, because we're going to probably want to make use of those before too long. All right, let's save over that one. Now we're saved and we're ready to go upstairs. So let's do that. This game does not want me to go upstairs. It's pretty easy to run into battles around here for whatever reason. Just finish this guy off now. And he falls down. Yeah, the enemy's not all that strong. And just before we go upstairs, oops, we're going to double check. Things are where I want them to be. And I have a decent amount of cure spells. You have the most, so you'll do the curing. All right, we can take this lift. Let's go up. Pretty cool, huh? I don't think that's how it works. I don't think she's that much of a child. You know, of course, we all are. You know, we're like 17. Wedge! Major Pigs! Hey, I'm playing Star Trek! No, I'm playing Star... My brain stopped working. Star Wars. My brain just stopped working. I was like, Star Trek, StarCraft, Star Wars. There we go, I found it. I'm not sure why my brain stopped working for a moment, but yeah, we have the classic characters from... How are they even all that classic? Like, they show up and they're barely there. And yet, for some reason, Final Fantasy has used these characters repeatedly throughout their games. They're not in as many games as Sid, but they're definitely in quite a few games. Crappy old tools, huh? Why do you have to make the repairs? I wonder. They send you here because you're the best guy for the job? Or did they send you here as punishment? And why are you fixing this thing anyway? It's complete. Okay. Cool. Ooh. I've talked about this before, the seamless transitions from regular graphics into a cinematic, and how well this game does that. Yeah, it's doing it again. And the music's awesome, too. I don't think the mods do much of anything for the pre-rendered cinematics. But, oh, we got a laser cannon here. What? A satellite dish? That's different. What exactly are you guys up to? I have no idea what's going on right now. Of course I do, I've played this game before, but I gotta feign ignorance. What do you think you're doing? Wedge isn't here. Uh-oh. Seem to have done here. I'll just be on my way. Youch. Cypher is a little crazy. And by the way, we have boss time. Now, with Selphie being in our party and then Cypher coming back, you might think we switch, but we don't. Prepare for the worst. Now, if you really feel like it, you could draw some Asuna spells here. I don't really care to do that, but the option's there if you want to. So I'm going to do a little bit with Selfie, just so that I have a handful of them. We're going to have a better opportunity to draw them later, so I'm not super worried about it. And for the most part, I'm going to hold Squall back because I don't need him to finish off the boss too quickly. Would like to get all the dialogue out of this guy here. He was doing a patrol. No pay for you this month. Should have stayed home. I have a feeling the G Army doesn't pay particularly well, or they punish too easily. And let's see, Wedge, you can draw the same things from him as you could draw from the standard soldiers, so don't worry about that. Squall, you can attack Wedge, sure, why not? Just do a weak attack. Once you've dealt enough damage to these guys, it doesn't matter which one you deal the damage to. All of a sudden, what in the bloody hell, and how is your chin so big? What the hell is this thing? What can I draw from you? A siren spell? Cool. Why couldn't I cast it? We have acquired the GF Siren! Oh, I remember. I think that's double. I don't need doubles. But yeah, there's nothing else that we really need to worry about here. Do note that this guy will cast Storm Breath, which you'll probably want to heal yourself after he does it, because it can do a decent amount of damage. And let's see, we're going to heal up Zell. We're going to heal up Selfie and keep them in relatively good working order. Squall, on the other hand, we don't need to worry about too much. We actually kind of want him to get a little low on HP if possible. Well, let's throw a Thundaga spell at this guy, why not? Damage is alright. Of course, I eclipse it immediately, but there's that. Sure, we'll throw another one at you. I don't really want to kill him too fast, and I wouldn't mind... Actually, let's draw and cast on Selfie there. And basically, I want to keep both Selfie and Zell at pretty high HP, but Squall, he can drop down a little bit. And with that, he's probably about as low as I want him to go. Yeah, in fact, I probably need to heal him a little bit. Game. Okay, let's heal you, and let's heal you, and wait for the spell to get off. As I said before, if you activate a limit break before that action has started, you won't, it'll supersede it and it'll go first. Oh, we got lots of hits that time. That's cool. Well, you died fast, and you died pretty cool, too. I think I like you. Well, that was fun. Huh. And pretty much, I think it's every single boss in the game gives no experience, which is nice. And they usually drop the same items, though they do have like a rare drop, so they can drop a rare thing. And you'll get Weapons Monthly March and 14 AP, so make sure you don't have anything that's too close to leveling up as far as what your GFs are working on. Let's confirm Siren there. Squad B Captain, you've got new orders. Withdraw at 1900 hours and assemble at the shore. Yeah, why are we out of here? You're just a messenger. That's your job. Okay. And the order to withdraw, as we heard before, takes priority. We don't want to miss the boat. We should probably get the hell out of here. What time? She's going to repeat it precisely so that we know. Gotta go back to the shore. 1900 hours. 30 minutes, huh? 30 minutes to get down to the shore. Wait for us. Now, there's an interesting thing here. Don't mash the X button here. For some reason, if you mash the X button, it like forces you to run into the soldier, and talking to him, you lose double the points that you would normally lose if you just talk to any other NPC during this mission. I don't know why that is. Huh. Destroy them? What exactly was that? First things first, before you do anything else, run over and save. All right, we've saved. Now I can talk. So we're going to want to set things up in a particular way. And for the most part, we don't need to worry too much about how things are set up, but there is a couple of set sequences that I want to make specific changes for. First things first, I'm going to do this all faster at the start of the next episode so we're not losing time. Also note that your time clock in the bottom right corner has now reverted to the amount of time you have to get to the beach. So that's cool. First things first, we want to junction our new GF Siren to Squall there, whoever has the Ifrit summon, because they pair well together. And we can put something on magic if we want, put the water spell on. I'm saving the Blizzaga spell for when I eventually learn HP, and we'll go into why that's important later. Strength plus 20, make sure that's on there. Now, we're also going to want to change what our GFs are working on. Over here, we're going to switch you to... I want to do that one. It doesn't really matter. Initially, I had planned on being able to have another ability open, but I forgot you needed to learn Magic or Vitality to open either of the two that I wanted to have here. So it doesn't really matter, but we'll just put Magic on there. That'll open something else up. That's fine. Here, we want to select something that has approximately 100 points at least to learn. So we're going to go Elemental Attack Junction there, and we're going to go Elemental Defense Junction here. The reason for that, well, here, let's do something for you as well. We'll put Status Defense times 2. Sure, whatever. Doesn't particularly matter. You just want to work on something that has a high amount, and I will explain the reason for that at the start of the next episode. But we've done that. We want to use, I guess, a potion. We don't want to heal them too much, but we want to keep people at a decent amount of HP. And yeah, so we're basically set up and ready to go. At the start of the next episode, I will have done all of this relatively quickly, and we can get going out right away. The reason why we're doing all this setup? Well, as soon as we get out here, he was saying something about go get him, right? This isn't going to end well, is it? But that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.